Good morning, everyone. I hope you are all really well and that had a good week last week. Today is Monday, so I'm starting a brand new week today, but obviously when you watch this, it's most likely going to be probably Wednesday, I expect. So I hope you're having a good week so far. So I thought I would film what I'm eating today / a vlog, and yeah, just thought I would go about my day. I'm going to be honest with you, last week was absolutely hellish. It was awful. I don't know if I came across on my video. I don't think I did, because I think Monday wasn't too bad, and then Tuesday I was battling my hormones, let me tell you that. I'm not sure what it is about that particular week, but I have no idea where I am in my cycle at all, because my cycles are all over the place. But last cycle and this cycle, I've had a week where I quite literally can feel the internal battle of my hormones. It's awful. I was really snappy. I was just not feeling very good at all. And I'm assuming it is just something that I have to go through with the tamoxifen, and I think it is just something that I knew, because it happened in my last cycle as well. I knew it was going to pass. I knew I just needed to work through it, but it was tough. I've come through it now. I'm feeling a lot better. The sun is out, which is going to help a lot. It is freezing. If you're in the UK right now, you may have had this belt of cold weather as well. It's been last week we were battered with winds and rain and hail and thunder, which then turned into ice cold. It's been freezing, but the sun is out today. I've been really enjoying getting out for my walks. So I've got myself another non-negotiable. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that I set myself some non-negotiables, which have really been about setting myself up the night before for the day ahead. So if my hair needs to be washed, washing it, she says. I've just washed my hair this morning. But yeah, if my hair needs to be washed, getting that done, straightened before I go to bed, just doing my skin, keeping on top of my skincare, putting my makeup on even if I'm not going anywhere, because when I say put my makeup on, I only wear a small amount of makeup. It takes me 7 minutes, I timed it, to put my makeup on. I'm very low maintenance with that kind of thing. So yeah, they were like my non-negotiables, because they make me feel so much brighter. They didn't work last week, in all honesty. They were just all of those were just a chore, but I still kept up with it. I still did it. Ultimately, it probably helped me get through it a bit better, because if I'd have been feeling really rubbish about myself each morning, then it probably would have made me feel worse overall. But yeah, so I added to that list last week, the end of last week, and now I'm going to get some intentional walking in every day. This doesn't have to be anything massive. It doesn't have to be a 3-mile walk every day. 10 minutes is enough, but it's just about me being intentional with it. So I do a lot of walking anyway. Well, I say that, my step counter averages at about 4,000 to 5,000 steps a day. So I know that isn't a lot in comparison to many, but for me, that's definitely a lot more than I ever used to do. And that's really because I go on the school run and I walk. So I walk to school and back at the end of the day. My husband always does the morning drop off, and then I do the afternoon pickup, but sometimes I have to do 2 pickups. So like today, for example, I've got 2 pickups to do, because my oldest son has got athletics after school. So I get my little one, and then I walk back and get my oldest, and that's just great because that gets me more steps in. But it's not an intentional walk. It's not me like walking at a pace that I want to walk at, walking in a direction I want to walk in, and being like logging it and just being aware of it. So that's my goal. I've done really well so far. In fact, I had 2 pretty big walks this weekend, or did I have 3? I think I had 3. I am logging them on my Slimming World app as my Body Magic. I've never done my Body Magic Awards before, but to be honest, I've always been pretty, I've not really moved around very much, so I probably haven't even qualified for them. But I am going to start working towards them now, because it really does make me feel better. Honestly, really does. I was listening to, so if you're a member of Slimming World and you go onto the Slimming World app, if you go under Body Magic Essentials and scroll down, it has a section that says walking podcasts. And I put two of those on yesterday on my walk, and I really enjoyed them. I would actually listen to one of those. The music is quite uplifting. I really enjoyed listening to those. So if you've not checked those out, I recommend doing that. Obviously, if not, you can just listen to whatever you want to, or just don't listen to anything and just take in the background noise. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to get myself an intentional walk in today. Because I don't work Mondays, I'm going to get it in during the day. But I think quite often in the week, it'll probably be in the evening after dinner. And actually, walking after dinner is really good, apparently. Again, I'm not a scientific person. I've not got my own evidence of this, but from my research that I've done, it seems that if you go for a walk after you've eaten a meal, it helps reduce the blood sugar spike you get from your food, because your muscles take some of the carbs, I don't know, sugar, I don't know. But anyway, don't listen to anything I say. I'm not very knowledgeable on any of this, but yeah. So anyway, do your research on that if you are interested. But apparently just going for a quick walk after dinner is a really good thing to do. So that's kind of my latest non-negotiable. I'm not the sort of person to set myself 10 New Year's resolutions. I am the sort of person that will just add my non-negotiables as I go through the year. I just feel like now's the right time to add the activity in, because I've been pretty, I wouldn't say lazy, it's just that I've got a seriously busy life. You know, I've got 2 young boys, they've got loads of after school clubs now, we've got parties, we've been going to all the football games this season. I work 2 jobs, so like last night I worked until just after 11 o'clock. So yeah, it is hectic, but I am going to fit that intentional exercise in, and then I need to move on to strength training. But I think I'm just going to get the walking as part of my everyday first, and then I'll move on to that. So in terms of food, I'm still fasting. I am really getting on fine with it. I tend to aim for 14 hours, which seems pretty, straightforward. Because I started work at 6 o'clock yesterday, I think I finished eating about 5:30. So it's now 9:15. I'm really far into my fast, and I'm actually really hungry. So I do need to get some food. But I'm going to make myself a coffee first, because the kids have just gone off to school. It's been a bit of a chaotic weekend because we didn't really do anything. We kind of had a weekend at home, but we just needed it after the first week back at school and all of the clubs and everything. So yeah, we had a weekend at home, which was really lovely. Got quite a lot of jobs done. And so yeah, it's been a bit chaotic though. When they went to school this morning, I was like, off you go, get out the door, see you later. So I'm going to make myself a coffee, and I'm just going to embrace the silence for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to make myself some breakfast. So excuse the state of my hair. I have washed it and I'm letting it dry naturally. And clearly it's not dry yet, and I haven't straightened it yet. So I am now going to have breakfast. It is 25 to 10, so it's actually later than I expected. I had a black coffee and that just tired me over. I wasn't so hungry after that. It's really funny, isn't it? Just drinking a black coffee just sorted out my hunger. But anyway, I'm going to make some breakfast now. I've got some wheat biscuits. These are the Sainsbury's, is it? Yeah, Sainsbury's equivalent of Weetabix. You can have 2 of these as a healthy extra B choice on Slimming World. So I'm going to have 2 of those, and I'm going to have some yogurt. Of course, you know the drill by now. It's the Fire Total 0%, which is currently on a nectar price in Sainsbury's. So I will pop some of that in. That's sin-free. Then I also popped some frozen raspberries and frozen strawberries in a little bowl last night when I was making dinner, just to defrost overnight in the fridge. So I'm going to add some of that, and then I'm going to also add some blueberries, and at the moment I think that's it, but I might change my mind. I'll see how the bowl looks, and then if I'm going to add any more fruit, I will show you when it's done. So that is breakfast all done. I put it together in literally a minute, and I'm really ready for this now. So I've got the Weetabix, which is hiding under there somewhere. I've got some of the yogurt, then the frozen fruit, the strawberries and the raspberries, and then the blueberries on top. I am so annoyed right now with our football club. I can't even tell you how annoyed I am. So the last game of the season has gone on sale today, and they have put a criteria in place for buying tickets. So they're going to be released every day this week to certain categories of people. So today they've gone on sale for the first time to the first category. You have to be a member and you have to have attended or bought tickets for 5 home games this season, which I meet that criteria. But because I've bought all my tickets, to be honest, I've had to buy them super quick all season because you get literally seconds before your seats go unavailable. And because I checked out and didn't realise that I had to manually assign the child ticket to my son, because he's got a membership as well, we're not eligible, or he's not eligible because he hasn't technically attended any games. Because all the tickets are in my name, I'm so annoyed. The ticket office have been completely adamant they won't help me. And so yeah, I thought I would log on to, I'm not eligible till Wednesday because, well, I'm eligible, my account is, but I can only buy 1 ticket. So tomorrow they go on sale to members who have bought 2 games this season. And then Wednesday they go on sale to members. And then I think Thursday it's members with season tickets, and then Friday it's season tickets. So I'm eligible on Wednesday to get myself and Harry a ticket, but I feel like there won't be any left. So I'm really annoyed about it. I thought I would just go on at 10 o'clock when they were released and just, well, actually I went on at 10 to 10 and I went into the queue system. And then when the tickets go live, the queue system like updates you as to where you are in the queue. And I was 3,096 in the queue. So I think we have about 7,000 seats available to buy, because I think we have about 21,000 season tickets or something, and then we have 2,000 to the away team. So yeah, I'm really going to struggle to get tickets this week. I'm just so annoyed. I'm so annoyed the ticket office wouldn't help me. Anyway, I fancy another coffee. I'm having these Costa Americano pods. I've got some oat milk and I'm debating whether to have an oat milk latte just because they last longer, because you don't get very much out of one of these pods. It just doesn't last me very long, but I do really enjoy this black without milk in. So I think I am going to have another black Americano. I'm absolutely freezing. I can't tell you, I was sitting in the lounge eating my breakfast and I was physically shaking. But the breakfast was so lovely. Do you know those frozen strawberries, when they're defrosted, they are just like cheesecake strawberries. You know those like real basic cheesecakes that you used to get when you were a kid? Well, I think you can still get them now, but they were just strawberry cheesecakes. Those strawberries are just like the cheesecake strawberries. And actually with the yogurt and then the crunch of the Weetabix, it was a little bit like a cheesecake. I mean, don't get me wrong, it didn't taste like a cheesecake, but it gave that vibe. And frozen fruit is so good. Just keep a little bowl in the fridge, let it defrost, keep it in the fridge, and you've got yourself some sweet hit when you need it. You can add a little bit of yogurt for protein, and yeah, just so good. But I did use all of my frozen fruit that I put in the fridge, so I do need to put some more in there. And yeah, I treated myself yesterday. I did the shopping yesterday. Normally I do the food shop on a Monday, but I did it yesterday, which has given me a little bit of chill time today. So I thought I might need it after working really late last night. I treated myself to some Zamley dates. These are so delicious. They are 7 sins for 50 grams. There's 200 grams in here, but they're so sweet and so delicious. They come with sugar, but they come with fibre, and you know, they're not ultra processed, which I am trying my very hardest to cut out a lot of the ultra processed food and just have it when, you know, we're at an occasion or just really fancy it, rather than having it as every day. So yeah, really enjoyed those. These Zamley ones are real like toffee sort of flavour. So good. I don't know if you can see the packaging. They were on a nectar price in Sainsbury's. I can't remember how much they were. I think they were £2.50. I got home and I really fancied sweet, so I don't even know how many I had quite a few. I think I had about 5. So yeah, probably had about my 7 sins, probably had more than my 7 sins in all honesty. I probably had more than 50 grams, but I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'm gonna get myself a coffee And I'm going to go and keep an eye on this queue and see how many tickets get sold today. I'm absolutely certain that by having to wait till Wednesday, I'm not going to get a ticket for our last home game of the season. It's so annoying because we've been to so many games, and I know it's going to be on Sky, but just to be there, because our football stadium just sells out. It sells out. We have a capacity of like 20, just under 30,000, and it sells out every game because we were top of the table, but we're not now. We got knocked off the top spot at the weekend, but we are still in second. And I think that a majority of the supporters believe that we might actually be promoted again this season, which is a bit crazy. But yeah, so I think that's probably why there is just not a seat left in the house. So I'm going to go and keep an eye to see what the chances are of me getting tickets on Wednesday. And I'm going to go and enjoy my black coffee. Right, so I'm in the car now and I have just come to Felixstowe, which is our local seafront, and I was hoping to see some sunshine, but the clouds are very thick, grey and heavy. There is blue sky over that direction, but the clouds are going that direction, so they are covering it up basically. But to be honest, I thought I was feeling better. I'm still struggling a little bit though. I'm definitely not as bad as last week, but I really am struggling with my feeling frustrated, feeling snappy, feeling tearful. Yeah, I just can't seem to snap out of it. I think it's going to take about another week to really kind of push through it. But I know that I have a lot of people that watch my videos that often feel like this. I think that it's very easy when we're feeling like this to just not take care of ourselves. I'm very good at not taking care of myself when I'm feeling this way. And the truth of the matter is that when I do come out of this feeling like this, and don't get me wrong, this should be very temporary. I mean, I'm hoping that by the end of this week I should be back on my normal form, but the truth of it is that I don't want to get to that point feeling worse, gained weight, feeling a mess, which is what I would feel like. And so it's really important that I just keep pushing through. I keep doing the little things that make me feel better. And so I've come for a walk along the beach because I thought I could have gone around my normal loop near where I live, but because I feel this way particularly, and because I've got a bit of time on my hands, I thought I would just come to the seafront and have a nice walk along I'm very aware of the people walking past my car as well. A nice walk along the beach. I'm going to go all the way down the whole stretch of the seafront. It is just gone 12 o'clock, so I don't have a huge amount of time on my hands because I do have to go on the school run at 3. But yeah, I just thought I would just try and make myself feel better with some sea air, some real fresh air, and I do think that will help. And then, carry on with healthy eating, really pay attention to that and make sure that everything that I'm putting into my body has some nutrition in some form, and that I just don't lose sight of my goals, because I mentioned in last week's video that I am on a summer mission. I want to feel good in the summer. I want to be able to wear nice clothes. Last summer I didn't feel very good at all. I hadn't lost the weight I wanted to lose. My clothes didn't fit nicely. I just feel like this year I want to feel differently, and the only way that's going to happen is if I make these changes, these habits consistent. And so that's my message to you. If you are feeling like this, if you are struggling, just make small changes. Just do small things that make you feel good. Like today, driving to Felixstowe, I put on some songs that were uplifting to me. I do find music actually helps me quite a lot. I put some songs that I could just bellow along to, and that really helped. And yeah, so anyway, the sun, I can see the sun. It's peeping through the clouds. I'm just going to jump out the car now. I'm going to go for my walk, and then I'll catch up with you again a bit later on. It's fair to say I've been really blown about, but I've had a really, really good walk. I went a whole stretch of the seafront and back. I've walked just under, smidge under 2 miles. I think it was like 1.96 miles. My watch tracks like my route, my heart rate, my steps, all of that, and the time I've been walking. And then I just added it into the Slimming World app. So if you haven't worked towards your Body Magic Awards, you can log, well, you don't have to be working towards your awards, I don't think, but you can log your activity in the planner, and I'm doing that because I find it much easier to have I find it much easier to have everything counted for me rather than me trying to work out if I've met the criteria for my award. So yeah, I've just popped that into the app, and it actually took me 37 minutes to walk nearly 2 miles, which is quite slow, isn't it? I don't know why. I do walk quite slow, but I felt like I was walking quite fast. It tends to be that I do the first mile in 18 minutes. Whenever I go out for a walk, I get notified by my phone when I've done a mile, and it says you walked 1 mile and how long it took. And I always seem to take 18 minutes. When I was at the gym and I'm on the treadmill, I tend to walk a mile in about 15 minutes. So I'm definitely not pushing myself that much, and I'm obviously walking quite slowly, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It all counts, it's all exercise. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was nice. I got really blown about. It's absolutely freezing. It's actually now starting to rain. I can see raindrops on the car windscreen, so I've just got back in time. So anyway, I'm gonna head home now, get some lunch. I'm really worked up an appetite. Okay, quite possibly the most random lunch you'll ever see, but it is now 25 to 2 and I'm really hungry. I just got home and I was just like, I've got to make some food. So I've got a big bowl of salad. The whole bowl is salad. It is a yellow pepper, some cucumber, spring onion, some cherry tomatoes and some pickled cabbage. Then I've got some natural fat-free cottage cheese and then 2 fried eggs. So this is all completely sin-free. In fact, most of it is speed. The cottage cheese is protein and free. The eggs are free. And yeah, I'm just going to go and enjoy this now. So I finished lunch. That was really tasty. I absolutely love that salad. And I've just made myself a decaf coffee using the Clipper organic decaf. This is a really nice coffee. I've made it with oat milk. I used 116 mils, very random I know, but I literally just poured it in and then just see how much it weighed. And yes, so I've used 116. You can have 325 mils. Let me show you the milk just in case you haven't seen it. This is the one I usually use. It's the Alpro no sugars oat milk, and you can have 325 mils of this as one healthy extra A choice. So yeah, I'm absolutely freezing. So I'm gonna go and drink this and hopefully warm up a bit before I go out on the school run in the cold again. It is getting dark, oh Rama. I can't believe how grey it is outside. It's currently 4:45. I've got to go back out to school again in half an hour. Just got child number 1 home. It's actually technically child number 2, isn't he? Because he's the youngest. But anyway, he's home from school. He's chilling out, having a snack. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to have a banana, which is free. And I've got some walnut halves here. I'm going to have 5 of those. You can have 5 of these as a healthy extra B, but I've already had mine, so I'm going to sin these. So 5 halves is 6 sins. First sins I've had all day, I think. And then I'm also going to have a decaf Yorkshire tea with a little dash of semi-skim milk, which will be out of the second healthy extra A, I guess. Probably, to be honest, I could probably split one in half and have half on oat milk and half on semi-skim milk, and then maybe I could have some cheese with my dinner. I don't know if I really want that, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have half an hour with my youngest and have my snacks. Okay, sorry about all the noise. It gets chaotic in my kitchen at dinner time, but in this saucepan is leftovers from last night, so I made myself a vegetarian style sort of bolognese. So in there I sauteed off a red onion, a red pepper and some frozen peas, and then I added some frozen corn mince, which is sin-free, a tin of black beans, which are sin-free, and chopped tomatoes and passata, and then I just mixed in a load of herbs. I used oregano, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and just let it all cook up. And that is my portion in the saucepan for tonight. And then I've got a real mince one cooking over here for the rest of my family. So because I'd rather not eat the meat, I have my own one, and it makes loads. I've got enough for dinner tomorrow night as well, which is really handy because I'm working tomorrow night. And yeah, so, and then I can just reheat leftovers of this meat one for the family tomorrow as well. It makes dinner super quick for tomorrow. So this is dinner all done. I've just added the bean mixture to some whole wheat spaghetti and some vegetables on the side. So I've got some broccoli, some carrots and some green beans. So yeah, that is tonight's dinner. Oh my gosh, there's no way to make this lighting any better. It doesn't really matter where I stand. It's now much later. I don't actually know what the time is. I've not got my watch on, but we've had a busy evening, as we always do on a Monday. My oldest son has been to Cubs and I've put my little one to bed. We had a really fun time actually. We were playing with his big monster trucks and he was just in fits of giggles and it was just so lovely. And then my older one has got back from Cubs and we've been watching the football. So we're watching Leeds and Middlesbrough. What a first half. It's currently half time. 5 goals in the first half. Insane. Middlesbrough is who we're rooting for because we really need Leeds to drop some points for our benefit. But yeah, it's a very good game and so that's been occupying us. And I haven't eaten anything else. I've been so busy that I have easily stopped eating tonight. So I finished dinner at 5:30 and yeah, I haven't eaten anything since. So that will be me done now. Just take my tamoxifen, my dear old tamoxifen, and yeah, go and watch the second half of the football, go to bed. That is the summary of my night. So I'm going to leave this vlog here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you have a really good week and hopefully I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.